Hello and welcome to me going through part whatever of Cliff Richard, and the hair looks rather interesting this time, doesn't it? I've been out and yes, it's very wind blown. Nothing better than being blown in the wind. Anyway, just let poor old Humphrey keeps wanting to have a look there. And this takes up from where I left off from the last one, which is usually the way it works. And so it's about 1983 to because he was quite prolific, really, with his releases and all of these duets and stuff. And speaking of duets, the first one is his duet with Phil Everly. That's who I was thinking. I wasn't going to say his duet with Cliff Richard. There seems to be not quite sure what they're looking at there. It's just so obvious that they're not actually looking at anything. It's like, let's try and make looking at this wall convincing. Didn't quite work. And next up is the UK pressing to Please Don't Fall in Love. So he's gone from asking us to not tease to not to fall in love. Well, I suppose if you're not going to tease, you're not going to fall in love. Or if you do tease, does that mean you're not going to fall in love? Please don't tease while falling in love. Please don't fall in love while teasing. It just gets worse. So what do you want, Cliff? Do you want to have them not tease or not fall in love? I suppose the context is different. Please don't tease is her to him, and please don't fall in love is her to him. Oh dear, oh dear. Yes. It's all about context, isn't it? Messed up my hair, something fierce. Okay. So whatever it is, please don't do it. And next up, it's another UK pressing of Never Say Die. He's going for the James Bond song titles again, isn't he? He's actually got that look quite well. It really has got that fourth wall look, hasn't he? Yeah, that's a pretty good photo. And next up is Shooting from the Heart. It's the Australian pressing, and it nearly fell out of my hand. There we go, just straightening it up a bit there. And Cliff back into the on-stage mode of looking slightly up at him, but not quite as much this time. They obviously thought, no, we'll look at him more bit less of an angle, not so much up his nose. And no, it's not the scan. The photo actually is quite blurry. Oh God. Maybe that's his homage to the Statue of Liberty. And next up is the Australian pressing for Heart User. And Cliff looking all moody rock and roller here. Alright, he looks more like Alvin Stardust. But still, he's looking moody rock and roller. He actually looks like he's trying not to throw up. Well, I suppose if you're going to be a user of anything... Hang on, that... So I suppose if you're going to be a user of anything, don't be a heart user. Hang on, that was... What on earth am I... This is a train wreck. So yeah, if you're not going to In other words, don't be a user. In any sense of the word, don't be a user. And next up are the singles from Time. And first up, the Australian pressing to She's So Beautiful. And you'll sort of notice that there's a consistency with the Time picture sleeves. All of them did. The Freddie Mercury one did too. It just seemed to be a thing. The Julian Lennon one did. And there is Cliff looking over the planet Earth, thinking, she's so beautiful. Written, produced, and all instruments played by Stevie Wonder, except he didn't want to sing on it, so he asked Cliff to instead. And next up from Time is Born to Rock and Roll. Oh, that's rather apt for him. And notice these weren't done by Stevie Wonder. Stevie decided, no, I'm going to hands off that one. Nice red silhouette though, Cliff. God, looks like it's taken the same photographer from the Shooting from the Heart single. So what photographer do you want for this cover, Cliff? Oh, how about the Shooting from the Heart guy? Oh, okay, yes, we can hire that one. We can hire anyone to make to do an out of focus photo for you there, Cliff. No worries at all. How about I do it? Just jiggle the camera up and down. That'll do it. Next up is the third Time single, It's in Every One of Us. And obviously Stevie Wonder decided at this point, sort of, no, I'm not going to be involved in this at all. Cliff almost looks like, oh, when is this musical going to be over? And next up is the picture sleeve. It's not... they're all picture sleeves I'm showing you. Excuse me a second. Okay. I see clearly now the rain has fallen. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. Anyway, back to Cliff Richard. I'll put my glasses on first. I won't poke my eye out. It's alright. Yeah. Alright. There we go. Ooh, look at that. This is the duet with Sarah Brightman, All I Ask of You. At least there's a bit better chemistry there than that god-awful drifting thing he did with What's-Her-Face. At least it looks like they're both enjoying what they're doing. Well, I suppose that's all you can ask of them, really, isn't it? It just seems like my hair's getting worse and worse as this thing goes on. And it shouldn't come as any surprise then, with my hair being so bad, that the last one is The Young Ones with Living Doll. Or is it Living Doll with The Young Ones? I don't know. But either way, it's what it says there. It's Cliff Richard with The Young Ones with Living Doll. And, you know, we've got to sort of like do all these kind of poses. Haven't done one for a little while. Probably because it confuses with Alvin Stardust. But with Cliff doing his sort of like rock and roll poses like he did with Shooting from the Heart. And just get him all out of focus. At least this one is being clearly taken by a proper photographer. Mind you, these days, for all we know, it could be photoshopped. It's like, oh no, Cliff wasn't in the same room at all, which probably explains why Neil's face looks like it's been ironed. Sort of didn't stop with his hair, he decided to iron his face as well. Cliff taking a few pointers there from what was the trend at the time with Raquel Welch or Jane Fonda or Share Fitness or one of those aerobic exercise videos. Yeah. Either that or he was good friends with Olivia Newton-John, so maybe that's where he got it from. Let's get physical, physical, I want to get physical. Ooh. Oh no, I can't imagine that at all. Anyway, Paul Humphries decided enough's enough. Alright, I think by that stage I'd better end there before my hair gets completely messed up. And hopefully you enjoyed this. And if you did, please do all the likes and subscribes and the bells and the whistles and all of that kind of thing. And oh my, it does look kind of 80s, doesn't it? Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Please do the likes and subscribes and all that sort of stuff. And I'll leave my hair alone. And hopefully I shall see you in the next one. Please take care of yourself now. Alrighty, ciao. That was a fucking disaster. This whole thing's a blooper. Oh, let's do the Beatle. The whole thing was a. This whole thing was a blooper video. Oh dear, oh dear. I think I'll turn this off now.